If you're planning on getting a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from WGU, stick with me. I've got some shortcuts to get you to that degree faster and for a whole lot less money. Hi, I'm Leslie, and I'm a college advisor with Study.com. Today, we're going to look at WGU's BS in Psychology degree. I've got the full degree plan that I'll break down for you course by course to show you how to hack in some time-saving strategies. And stick around until the end, and I'll break down how to save over $6,000 on this degree. This is a great degree if you're interested in a career in behavioral or mental health, human resources, sales, management, and any profession that works with people. You'll have lots of career choices after graduation. So, are you ready to jump in? Good, let's go. You can see that I've grouped these courses to make this a little easier to navigate. I split them into Gen Eds and major courses. This should help you know which ones count for what part of your requirements. You'll also see quite a few Study.com courses listed here. Over 200 Study.com courses are approved for college credit transfer. That said, the courses listed in this map have been approved by WGU for these specific requirements, and I'll explain a little later why that's important. Some of these courses have more than one Study.com option you can replace it with. If there are any others to choose from, I'll explain which ones I recommend as we go. And if you're overwhelmed by all of this information at once, don't worry, you're not alone. But it's going to be okay. This is your one-stop shop for this degree. So feel free to pause this video, open the degree plan link in the description below, save a copy, and edit your own version as we go through each requirement. That way, you'll be able to save your preferred course options and know that they'll work for you. And if you're not able to do that now, make sure to make a note for later. Your future self will thank you. Less stress, more organization, that's always good. Now let's dive in. We're starting right out with an Intro to Psychology course. Even though it's within the major topic, this is a Gen Ed requirement. You have a bunch of Study.com course options to choose from. If you haven't taken a foundational psychology course before, I recommend sticking with Psych 101. At 121 lessons, it's a bit longer than some of the others, but keep in mind that these are bite-sized lessons with quick quizzes, so it's not as daunting as you might think. If you already know the basics, this is a good opportunity to explore a more specific psychology topic you might be interested in, like physiological or abnormal psychology or the psychology of personality. Keep in mind that you'll need that foundational knowledge for these though, and some of them are also included as core courses you'll need to take anyway. Next is critical thinking. Study.com's Humanities 201 is a good substitute for this one. This course has less than 100 lesson quizzes and 3 assignments. You should be able to move through these pretty quickly, especially if you're already familiar with the topics covered, like types of arguments and critical analysis methods. Moving down, we have Introduction to Communications. Study.com has Communications 101, Business 113, and Business 324 that will work for this. I've put Communications 101 here because it's a great course to move through quickly with relatively easy to handle projects and around 100 lessons to complete. But if you don't mind a bit more work and think you might want to work in a business environment, then look into the business courses. For an introduction to biology, I picked Biology 101 without the lab. Now, this course is definitely one of the longer ones with 178 lessons. With longer courses, I highly suggest taking placement tests whenever possible. These are risk-free. Just answer what you know and be honest when you don't. That way, you won't accidentally test out of material you need to know based on guesses, but you'll move past what you've already learned. It's a win-win. You'll take the next 3 courses with WGU. Next is Fundamentals of Anatomy and Physiology. The Study.com equivalent for this course is Biology 201L. This is another long one with 136 lessons, so taking a placement test would probably be a good idea to auto-complete lessons you don't need to go over again. This course also requires a virtual lab, but don't be too intimidated. I have some tips to help you succeed. First, make sure you prepare before each lab. Review the related materials and instructions and jot down any questions or unclear concepts to revisit during the lab. During the lab, take notes as you complete each activity. This will help you complete any lab reports or assignments later. This includes taking screenshots or making a few quick sketches. And don't hesitate to ask for help if a lab doesn't make sense or you have any technical issues. Moving down, we have English composition. You can take either English 104 or 204. I suggest 104 for this degree because most students I've spoken with prefer it as a slightly easier version. That said, I'd encourage you to check both courses and their written assignment for yourself to see if you have a preference. Next is Human Growth and Development, where you can take either Psychology 103 or 107. I recommend 103. It's significantly shorter than 107 with just 104 lessons compared to 169. You'll be saving a lot of time here, but keep in mind that both of these are alternatives for that Intro to Psychology course. It doesn't count for both requirements though. Now we have Applied Probability and Statistics. This has 2 course options. I highly recommend Statistics 101, especially if you don't have much experience with this topic. If you feel confident with statistics and you're interested in learning about more advanced concepts specifically for business, then you might want to check out Business 212. One tip for taking Statistics 101 on study.com, you'll be able to use several stats tables in the final exam. There's a z-scores table, a standard normal curve areas one, a t-distribution table, and one on binomial properties. You can print all of these out and use them on the final exam. So don't worry too much about memorizing huge sets of data. Instead, focus on which equations and formulas you'll apply for the problems. This will be critical on that test. Introduction to Sociology has to be taken with WGU, so let's move on to the second English composition requirement. For this one, you can take either English 105 or 205. Again, I would recommend the one that might be slightly easier, 105. But take a look at both options and see which one appeals to you. You'll take the next 2 courses, which are Introduction to Physical and Human Geography and Introduction to Research Methods with WGU. The final Gen Ed course requirement is World History. You have a lot of different study.com courses to choose from to satisfy this one. I picked Economics 101 because I thought the topic of consumer behavior ties in really well with the psychology degree. However, if you're a history buff and you want to take advantage of this opportunity to learn more about a topic that interests you, then go for it. The Civil War, Western civilization, and the Vietnam War are just a few of the options you have on study.com. And that's the end of your Gen Eds. One section down. Nice work. Now, as you can see, you'll take all of the psychology courses with WGU. This is a total of 17 courses and includes consumer behavior, social psychology, health equity and social determinants of health, adult psychology, and understanding substance abuse and addiction. Okay, the Foundations of Success course is the last section here, but really the first course you'll be taking. This builds your skills in research and writing, time and goal management, study strategies, and testing strategies. This is a really helpful course that will apply to all of the courses in your degree. And there you go. I know that was a lot to go through, but now you know how to earn a bachelor's degree in psychology from Western Governors University with study.com. You can earn a total of 30 credits on study.com for this degree. That's across 10 classes. Remember to budget your time and use the tips I described for each course. On study.com, you can do 2 courses each month with no extra fees. For a little more, you can do more courses. So if you really want to speed through, it's worth it to pay a little more for a whole extra month. But if you just do 2 a month, these 10 classes will take just 5 months. That's $1,175 you'd pay to study.com. At WGU, at the same pace, you'd have to pay for 2 semesters. You can't go month to month. So that would cost you $7,910. So even if you don't go faster than 2 courses per month, you're saving $6,735. But like I said, you can go faster. It's only $70 on study.com to take an extra exam each month. If you can do 3 or even 4 courses in a month, you'll end up saving another $500 or $600. If you can do that, great. But I think 2 courses per month is a more manageable pace for most students I work with. If you're considering psychology as a career field, this degree is a fantastic pathway towards your goals and dreams. With WGU and study.com's affordable pricing and flexible course schedules, this is by far one of the fastest and least expensive ways to earn a bachelor's degree in psychology from a reputable university. Just remember to grab transcripts of any prior college experience and fill in the rest with study.com and WGU courses. WGU advisors are happy to help plot your degree map, and there's also study.com advisors ready to help you pick out courses specific to your interests and career goals. So reach out whenever you need help and make a plan to get started as soon as you can, because that's one day closer to your goals and where you want to be. Thanks for watching. And if you're not 100% sure about psychology or WGU, check out the other videos on this channel for other ideas. Like this and subscribe to this channel. We've got so much great information for you, whatever your education goals are.